Let's go into probiotics. I think probiotics is kind of a word that people now kind of understand. They've heard of it for sure, but you hear about it in your yogurt.
Yes.
Active bacteria. But do people really know what it means? What are probiotics?
Okay, so probiotics are healthy bacteria that live, or that should be living in our intestines. And what's happening today in today's society is we're all deficient in probiotics because of our diet. Whether if you've been on a course of antibiotics, which most of us have been on over the course of our life,
right.
Especially the little ones, they can get ear infections and chronic ear infections, and sometimes they become really deficient in probiotics, and that also allows for bad bacteria to grow more often. But the key point here is the immune system starts in the gut, in your intestines. And so we have these GALT, so the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, GALT, and this is your immune system. Based on your immune system, a healthy gut is a healthy immune system. So if you put probiotics in the system, you actually help your gut metabolize food, digest properly, but also stimulate the immune system so not react as quickly. So things like yogurt and kefir are fermented foods and beverages that are important in our daily life, but at the same time, the dose of how much probiotics are extremely, extremely low.
Right, so this is similar to the omega-3s in the eggs.
Exactly.
Put it in your diet, it's not going to hurt.
No, of course.
It's going to help, but you're not still getting that appropriate amount. You're still going to be deficient.
Exactly, that therapeutic dose. And that's what we're looking for. And that's where in my tips you'll get it as well. I recommend between 30 to 50 billion, depending on your age, but just for a healthy gut flora, and especially if you have been on an antibiotic, to avoid things like antibiotic-associated diarrhea, which is common when you take an antibiotic. You can just take a probiotic 2 hours away, and you can ward off the chances of developing that.
How long does it take to get your gut back to normal after you've taken an antibiotic?
The research shows about 10 days. So how long you're on it, for example, if you're on a 10-day or 7-day course of antibiotics, that's the norm, you tentatively have to take the probiotics for the same duration. But what I recommend to my patients is maintain a steady flow of probiotics through your diet, even if it's just 1 capsule a day, just to keep things flowing, because you're not going to eat at home every day. You're not going to have organic, certified, non-antibiotic food. So tentatively what you can do is you can protect yourself wherever you go.
And this is, we were talking earlier, it's not really something we can prevent in our foods because there are, animals are fed with antibiotics. Of course, you can eat organic as much as you can, but if you're going to a friend's house or going to a restaurant, you can't really control where that food has been.
Exactly, and that leads me to why, in fact, we need to supplement, is because it's called a dysbiotic relationship. What's happening is the food that we're eating, our body, in today's society, of course, is very deficient in nutrients, and so the food that we're eating we're more reactive to. And so we develop a permeability issue, which is called AKA leaky gut. And I have documentation and research showing that if you increase your consumption of probiotics, you'll reduce the actual gut lining, reduce the chances of your gut deteriorating significantly. And that's what happens in a leaky gut scenario, is that a probiotic will get in and help establish the digestion so that you're not reacting so much. Again, it's the immune system in this kind of response. And so I like the BioK because it's available everywhere, and it comes in a 50 billion dose. And I just recommend my patients to go to a health food store or a supermarket.
Is this a capsule? This one is a capsule.
That's a capsule. They also have some liquid forms.
Yep.
And this is a rice form, so for the vegetarians out there and the people who can't have dairy, and if they have a dairy allergy or an intolerance, I recommend this. But it is a nice liquid form, and it's different. And the kids love the flavors because it's either a vanilla flavor or a strawberry flavor, and it's just something easy to incorporate in the diet.
So probiotics need to be kept in the fridge?
The majority of probiotics need to be kept in the fridge, unless they're enteric-coated and they're good for traveling, which, by the way, if you are traveling, it's extremely important to travel with a probiotic because there's all kinds of traveler's diarrhea that can take place by, obviously being on an airplane, being in an airport. So you can buy the ones that are heat stable.
Okay, and you mentioned kids. Everyone should be taking a probiotic?
In my opinion, I think everybody should be taking a probiotic.
Okay, we have to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about vitamin D3. The sun is out finally, but is it enough for us? Dr. Mike's going to give us the goods. Don't go anywhere.